In this presentation, I will provide a human movement analysis on a rugby goal kick. Goal kicking in either rugby code, union or league can be a pivotal aspect of the game, and a team with an accurate goal kicker is commonly the difference between winning and losing. A human movement analysis is often undertaken to either A. Improve a movement pattern or skill, or B. Reduce the risk of injury to the participant. A human movement analysis requires 4 phases. These include preparation, observation, evaluation and diagnosis, and the intervention phase. Within the rugby codes, goal kicking is performed on 2 occasions, either after a try has been scored or when a team has been awarded a penalty and opt to take a shot at goal. A player who can produce a longer kick distance is able to attempt a penalty kick or try conversion from a greater fraction of the field, and hence has a greater opportunity to score points for their team. The goal kick is executed by placing the ball on a kicking tee and attempting to kick the ball over the crossbar and between the upright posts on the full. The purpose of a goal kick is to gain additional points to your team's total, whilst the mechanical purpose is to increase the coordination and timing of segmental force summation to increase the velocities of the ball in the direction of the goalpost. Another crucial aspect of the preparation phase is gaining a thorough understanding of the individual which you will be conducting an analysis. The athlete I have chosen to analyse is seasoned rugby league player Michael Bamback. Michael is 21 years of age and has played rugby league from a young age. Michael is second choice kicker for his team, which requires Michael to practice regularly in case called upon. Some key individual variances which should be taken into consideration in a goal kicker is their preferred foot and their choice of kicking tee. Michael is a right-footed kicker, which influences his approach angle from the left-hand side. Michael also chooses to use a sharpshooter kicking tee. The following criterion will list critical variables which contribute to the overall goal and purpose of kicking a goal. With the overall goal of kicking a goal, the criterion model is split into 2 paths: the foot to ball and the path of the ball. Beneath the 2 paths, there is multiple characteristics which can influence the individual in achieving a successful conversion. The next phase is the observation phase, which is the implementation of an observation strategy. The observational strategy I have chosen is to video record the athlete by 4 different camera angles. Due to the lack of cameras, the athlete was required to perform multiple goal kicks to gain the different angles. To make the simulation as game-like as possible, I've gotten the individual to wear their football boots as well as choose their preferred kicking tee. It is important to note that before recording there was ample amount of rain, causing the grounds to be rather slippery throughout the recording. Upon completion of the observation phase comes the evaluation phase. The evaluation phase requires to review the recorded footage and evaluate the performance, as well as identify key strengths and weaknesses within the movement. To complete this evaluation, I have used Canovia to provide an in-depth analysis into Michael's goal-kicking movement. After several views of Michael's goal-kicking recordings, I was able to visually assess areas of Michael's technique which I believe could impede his goal-kicking performance. These areas include his narrow approach angle to the ball, his support foot placement, twisting of his knee on his support leg knee angle, his centre of mass, and the angle of which the ball is positioned on the kicking tee. The first section which I will analyse is Michael's approach and his approach angle to the ball. It is important to consider that the approach to the ball in a goal kick is extremely individualised, with no 2 individuals having the same approach. Michael's technique involves him taking 5 steps to the ball, with the first step in a backwards motion. Whilst the approach is individualised, it is important to note that the approach angle has a direct influence on the following aspects of the kick: the support foot position, centre of mass, swing of the kicking leg, and the ball to foot impact. As you can see, Michael approaches the ball at approximately a 43 to 44 degree angle. Whilst no scientific study has been completed on rugby goal kicking approach angles, there has been studies completed on a soccer penalty kick, which theoretically is an extremely similar multi-articular motion. The study completed in 2007 on a soccer instep kick signified that an angled approach above 45 degrees directly impacted on the ball speed when kicked. The study also displayed the importance of the support foot placement. The next section which I will analyse is Michael's support foot placement, which is influenced by his approach. The support foot placement is a direct result of the individual's approach angle. Once the support foot has been planted, it denotes the end of the approach phase. As you can see in the videos and still pictures, Michael's support foot is placed quite wide to the ball. By having the plant foot wider from the ball, it allows greater time for the kicking leg to complete its swing arc. Although by having the plant foot too wide from the ball, the swing arc could be at its maximum range of motion, therefore minimising the transfer of momentum to the ball. By having a wide foot placement, this also leads to an around the body leg swing. The around body leg swing shows a noticeable pelvic rotation to allow the leg to complete its full swing. The pelvic rotation allows for a larger backswing as well as maximising the angular velocity via the segmental movement of the hips, thigh, shank and the foot. To maximise the velocity, the proximal to distal body segments must work in a sequential order and be correctly timed. Throughout this motion, there is also noticeable twisting of the knee on Michael's support leg to assist in the pelvic rotation and segmental movement. This twisting motion could lead to multiple injuries such as sprain, strain, meniscus, cartilage, or even ligament damage. In the following section, I will analyse Michael's support leg knee angle. The support leg knee angle plays a major role in the accuracy and the distance of a rugby goal kick. As stated in the kinetic chain lecture by Dr. Wayne Spratford, with greater knee flexion comes less distance, but more accuracy, and with minimal knee flexion comes greater distance in the kick, but it becomes less accurate. This is due to the speed and accuracy trade-off. As you can see, Michael has minimal flexion in his left support leg. By having such minimal flexion, 125 degrees, Michael will have a greater kicking distance, but ultimately be less accurate in his kick. Another analytical factor which comes with increased knee flexion in the support leg is the individual's centre of mass. When compared to Christian Leali'ifano, the former Brumbies goal kicker, you can see an increased knee flexion, which results in Christian's centre of gravity being lower to the ground when compared to Michael's. This allows Christian to be more stable throughout his kick. The final characteristic which I will analyse is the ball angle which Michael positions the ball on the kicking tee. A study completed by Linthorne and Stakes in 2014 observed an individual complete 49 goal kick attempts with the projection angles varying between 20 and 50 degrees. The study shows that the optimum projection angle is considerably less than 45 degrees, as the produced projection velocity which can be produced decreases substantially as the projection angle is increased. The results of the study indicated an optimum projection angle of approximately 30 degrees to be most successful. The final phase of a human movement analysis is the intervention phase, which requires appropriate feedback and intervention strategies to the individual to either improve their performance or reduce the likelihood of injury. One intervention I would apply would be to widen the approach angle. By having a wider and straighter approach to the ball, this will reduce the twisting motion on Michael's support leg. By minimising the twisting motion, this will reduce the likelihood of injury to Michael's knee. The second intervention I would apply would be increasing the knee flexion in the support leg. As stated by Dr. Spratford, with increased knee flexion leads to greater accuracy and greater stability, which in turn will lead to more successful opportunities and greater points for the team. To assist in the knee flexion, I would recommend Michael completes regular hip, quadricep and hamstring flexibility, as well as core exercises to assist in acquiring greater knee flexion. Finally, I would recommend Michael decreases the angle of the ball on the kicking tee. as the study completed by Linthorne and Stokes indicated an optimal projection angle of approximately 30 degrees to be the most successful. It is important to consider that goal kicking is an extremely individualized technique, with no two individuals being the same. Whilst the interventions would assist Michael in improving his goal kicking performance and reducing potential injury to his knee, it is extremely important to implement these interventions through training until the individual feels comfortable to implement practice to competition.